Hey guys, thanks for checking out Quick Sessions Podcast. I'm the host, Garrett Terrio, and today is the first podcast of the new year. So we're going to do some typical New Year's resolution talk. Now, it's funny, New Year's resolutions have gotten a little polarizing, right? Some people are real negative about it and say, why are you waiting until New Year's to start that? That's BS, you're just going to quit. Well, okay, sure, but anytime someone makes a big declaration on something they want to do, there's always a chance they're going to quit. You know, it's not exclusive to New Year's, so I hate when that comes in. I see it all over. If you read Instagram, Twitter, any fitness blog, a lot of times people will take this real hard stance against it. I, for one, love them. And the reason I like them, even though I know a lot of them are going to end up failing, but at least for a little while, you're geared up and there's other people you know geared up for this mission that they're at least going to try to do. I think anytime you can get a big, how do I put this? So one example, CrossFit is so popular and successful is because it's a group of people. Everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone's eating the same, working out the same. They share in each other's successes and failures. And there's a community, and that's what its strength is. Same thing with New Year's resolutions. There's a strength to knowing other people are going to do something very similar to you, and it makes it a little harder to quit, if we're being honest, because you hate to, even if it's someone you don't even really know, you hate to let them down. Let's say it's just a guy you met at the gym, and you both see each other bench press, and he says, yeah, my goal for 2020 is to bench press 300 pounds. And you say, you know what, me too. Once you say that, you're less likely to kind of chicken your way out of it. So that's the element of New Year's resolutions that I personally like a lot. But as far as the longevity of it and the success of it, I think there are some things that you may not think about, but that you can at least start at the beginning of the year, and it can have an effect through the entire year. There's things like, actually, I'll just lay it out like this. The first thing, I always like, a lot of people do this dry January where there's no alcohol in January. If January works for you, I think it's great. Just 1 month that you can carve out to really just give something up, kind of like Lent. If you're not familiar with Lent, every year, Catholics, 40 days, they give up something. This is kind of the same deal in dry January. And if that carries into February, great. And a lot of times you see people do this, no alcohol in the beginning of the year, because everybody's tired of holiday parties and New Year's Eve parties and drinking and eating. Everybody kind of needs a break anyway, so January works great. And what's great about it is sometimes it bleeds into February. I have one client, it's been a whole year. He went all of 2019 just not drinking. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but I mean, it worked very well for him. So it just shows that if you at least start a good habit, it can lead to bigger things. And maybe it won't. And, you tried and it didn't work. Well, at least you gave it a shot. It's better than these people that are all negative about the New Year's resolutions not doing anything. So number one thing I would say for number one, to sum it up, is just find something to give up. I'm going to be going dairy free in January. That's my goal. So we'll see how that works. And it's going to be, I thought it would be easy because I'm not a big cheese eater or anything like that. I don't really drink milk, but there's so much stuff that butter, for instance, is in. So any kind of milk protein, especially that's in butter, has got to get cut out. So you're reading labels. So it is tricky for me. So I think it's a good challenge to go a month without eating anything with any kind of dairy byproduct in it. So that's mine. Alcohol can be yours. It can be anything. Give up brownies. Doesn't matter, because you never know how long it's going to last. Say it's a month. Maybe you can push it longer. But that's what the first aspect of New Year's resolutions that I like a lot. The second thing, I know I benefit from it, and I think a lot of people would, is if fitness is in your goals of 2020, and let's be honest, most people, when they make a resolution, I'd say more than half of them are fitness related, is start subscribing to newsletters or downloading fitness apps, things that keep it on your mind. For me, for instance, I've grown up living in the gym here 8 to 10 hours a day, and it can get a little monotonous at times. I'm subscribed to probably 4 different newsletters from different fitness blog sites. And maybe that's a little overkill, but every day if I'm bored, I pull out my phone and there's a headline, and the headline will grab my attention. I'll read a fitness article and it gives me an idea for my workout or a client's workout or something to talk about on the podcast, anything like that. So keeping it on the forefront of your mind will tend to lead to more fitness related habits throughout your day. And it could be something like you read about this recipe and it makes you make a better lunch choice. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. But it could be anything. And something like that, as small and insignificant as it seems, help you lead a more fit lifestyle, which is something really any of us can say. Even the most in shape can find room for improvement. That's kind of the second one I would say this year, something to think about that you may not have thought about. The third thing about New Year's resolutions, even though the second one wasn't a big time resolution, but I guess your third key to success going into New Year's is accountability. And I don't mean that as you have to spread your goals to the world. You don't have to track it on Instagram or Facebook. You can if you want. I think it's a great way to be held accountable. But holding yourself accountable with things like, I remember I used to write things on a piece of paper and put it on my bedroom mirror and then essentially just guilt myself if I slipped up. Things to keep you on track, I guess, is a better way to put it. Finding that instrument that can help you stay consistent and stay motivated is really hard to find. It's hard to figure out. Like I just said, some people use like an Instagram account, for instance, to track their fitness journey so that they know they're held accountable. Anybody can look and see, hey, were you full of shit or did you actually do what you were going to say? I think that's great, but if you don't want to put yourself out there, that's fine too. That's not really my style either. But little things like a note in your car, a note on your bathroom window, a note on your pantry. You can even get the little cow clips on the chip bags. When you open it, it moves. That's a little extreme, but you get what I'm trying to say. There's plenty of little things you can do, and just figuring out a way to motivate yourself and keep yourself accountable is a whole resolution in itself. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying my resolution is to hold myself more accountable. Not only does it help you in fitness, but just as we all know in life in general, we all have a boss. Most of us have a boss, and we have to hold ourselves accountable so we don't piss him or her off. So it's already ingrained in our day-to-day. We just got to bring it over to the fitness side for something that really would benefit us, right? It's a very much a me thing. And there's just not too many things like that, right? Work takes up so much of our life. Between work and sleeping, we only have so many hours in the day. And if you have a wife or kids, there's not a lot of me time. Well, in the gym, there's always me time. That's all it is. The gym is one big self-centered place, right? I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's a place you can go and it's all about you because it's just you and the weights, you and the treadmill, you and the boxes, you and the track, wherever you end up getting your physical fitness. So the accountability to yourself is just a little more important. And answering to yourself is, it's easy if you're delusional, but if you're not, it's just such a crappy feeling that it's motivation just to stick with it and stick with that resolution, stick with that change in the new year. So that's about it. We're just going to go over those three. I can tell you 2020 is year of the core or something a little cheesier, even though it may be for you. Those are three basic things that I think everybody can get on board with and agree with. So thanks for checking it out, guys. Make sure to like us on Instagram, Quick Sessions Podcast. If you haven't, please head over and subscribe, rate and review Quick Sessions. We're also on Facebook. You can listen to us on Google Play, Stitcher, anywhere you get podcasts, really. We're all over at this point. Thanks for checking it out, guys. Have a great 2020. See you next time.